Hi Cancer, welcome. So we're going to be doing this special love reading for the collective of your sign, inspired in the Valentine's Day coming up. And as always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Only take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own current life experiences. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box, where you can find the current list of reading services I offer. So Cancer, I'm feeling you a little bit bored at times or dissatisfied with how things are happening or unfolding right now in terms of romance. In all cases, single, in a relationship or dating, I just see you like craving something or missing something or feeling like there's a lack of sorts, or at times feeling with disappointment with the person you are dealing with and taking that very personally, especially for Cancers that are dealing with a partner that tends to be a little bit more selfish and a little bit more self-absorbed, or Cancers that are dealing with a partner that is highly focused on work. And so the amount of time they have to give to a union or marriage or family or commitment in an emotional, the emotional deliverance is lacking, is what I'm feeling from a person. So you can have someone that it's there with you, but you're not feeling their emotional presence or the emotional connection, the spiritual as well connection that you want to feel. And for some of you are even like hesitant or questioning if this person is the person that's going to be able to provide to you long-term fulfillment. Because I'm connecting with a team of Cancers here that do have someone in mind. Either you're dating, in a relationship or situationship or whatever the case. I see many of you having a person in mind. But the person you have in mind has something about their way of being that is rubbing you the wrong way. And I also feel like for some you could be a little threatened by this person's energy that can come across as being, again, selfish or arrogant. You could be afraid of that you could be potentially dealing with someone narcissistic, abusive, or a cheater of sorts, because I'm feeling like some of you Cancers use just sensing something, or there's something about this person's baggage that it might be making you question things. It might be making you hesitant again. So, for example, if you're dealing with a person that it's divorced, but you know that this person cheated on his ex-wife or her ex-husband, you're just like questioning if they would do that to you, right? Or if this is a person you met in your past and you're giving them now a second chance, but this person did something wrong to you in the past, or cheated on you as well in the past, or was disloyal in any capacity on the past, you're still not fully over this episode, right? So some of you are also projecting a lot of wrongs that can happen. You're like wanting to anticipate problems when it comes to love. And for some of you that are in a long-term relationship where something happened recently that could have been felt as disloyal, you're just wondering if you can really forgive or not this person. I'm seeing if it's really like fixable, like if something is fixable or not in a union. I see many of you Cancers, you're dealing with a very passionate person, and for some of you, you have someone that is very stubborn in their vision of what they want, and you are a part of it, is what I'm feeling. So someone definitely has you in mind in their plans, but they might not express this in a way that makes you feel safe. Because the King of Wands expresses energy through actions that can be very bold, passionate. That can be about showing up with energy, with confidence. But it can also be a person that's demanding, that's the leader, that wants to be in charge, that is all about them. It's all about when they want and in their terms. And so you could just look at this King of Wands energy, and the way they express their love to you is not making you feel confident. It's not making you feel, in some cases, even like love. For some of you, you have very different frequencies going on here. Like, you are in a frequency and this other person you're dealing with is in another frequency. And also, some of you are just meeting someone like this. This person could be like, wanting to express that they have plans for the two of you and they think about the future. And for you, it's coming across as love bombing, or they're telling you things too prematurely. Maybe you just met and went on a couple dates and you feel like they already are thinking about or talking about marriage or saying I love you. There's something about this person's way of being that is just, you're not sure if this is for you or not. Or other Cancers, you're just not sure if you can trust an individual. You are considering dating, because I also feel like some of you you're just considering dating someone. It's almost like some of you Cancers are analyzing, studying a person, looking at their pictures, looking at what they're telling you, reading between the lines. When you are with this person, perhaps paying attention to their body language. Some of you Cancers is almost like you're after a mistake. Like, you want to catch this person on a mistake or on a wrongdoing. You're waiting to see misalignment between words and actions. I just see some of you are in a problematic frequency of expecting the worst out of a person, right? And it's not that you don't have reasons. I'm feeling a very neutral energy. It's part of the test or the challenge some of you are in. Because half of you Cancers, you have here a person that actually has very good intentions with the King of Wands and the Ten of Cups, but it's just that they are coming through with fire energy. And you are wanting, desiring, needing as well from the water space of your element. So there's a little bit of different tones and different rhythms getting in the way of you and this other person understanding each other correctly. But for other Cancers, it could be that you are dealing with a person that wants to how can I say? It's like a person that just wants things to be set in a certain way. So there's a true dismissal of who you are and how you want things to be. That could be a problem, right? And for Cancers that are wondering if you're able to forgive someone, it could be that this person will lack the sensitivity and the patience to respect your time and space, and that will make you really upset and perhaps make you decide here that maybe it's not worth giving this person another chance. For others of you, in general, you could be dealing with a person as well that is very impatient, and they could be pressuring you to take a step you're not ready to take, especially around higher levels of commitment or financial merging. So if there's someone pressuring you to make any kind of big relationship step, especially that involves money or material resources, you could be very apprehensive around this. And again, it all comes down to trust. Do you trust the person you're dealing or not? For Cancers that are single, you are still looking at some damage that was done in the trust you've placed in a connection. You're still kind of recovering from this. You're still studying what happened there. And some of you Cancers are just throwing yourselves to work and family life to forget whatever disappointment happened here. But I'm feeling an energy where there's something about the atmosphere at work that either keeps reminding you of this person. Maybe this person used to work with you or used to share this work atmosphere environment. Some of you that are trying to run over your feelings and forget about something without looking at your feelings appropriately or taking care of your feelings appropriately. I'm almost feeling like an energy where everywhere you go, you keep being reminded by this person or by this person's energy in the spaces you used to hang out together, or where you used to see this person. Or there's just something about work that in your work time, maybe your work time is kind of like you have a lot of time where you're not doing anything or you're not busy, like dead hours, and you just did this void of activity ends up making you think about the past or making you think about someone. For some of you Cancers, you can also be very emotionally upset to find out that someone is moving on. Some of you Cancers could find out about someone getting married or being in another relationship. I see you either hearing or seeing news when it comes to people of your past moving on or in other relationships, and you feeling upset by this. But for others, it's fears. You're questioning why you're so afraid of the thought of someone moving on from you or someone potentially being in another relationship. I just feel like there's a lot of fears around this for some of you to tackle. Others, you feel like you've messed up. I'm feeling some of you Cancers, you feel like you were the one that did something here that now you're not sure it was the right decision. Especially if it involved love triangles and, again, cheating. There might have been a situation of something around work. So cheating in work, love affairs in the workspace that maybe didn't end up well. Or you and another person spend a lot of time together and this ended up creating, again, the atmosphere to romance. But either you or this other person were in commitments. I feel a lot of confusion for Cancer here because in one way you have your sense of emotional protection and prioritizing your needs, and also being very clear that there's something about your needs that are not being met. So you are kind of like emotionally aware that there's something just not giving you what you want. Yet at the same time, you have here something like pulling you back to a spiral that can even bring some drama to you into your life, Cancer. Especially for those of you that you have been very focused on work or certain goals, and then you relapse into this love affair, or the thought of an old relationship gets to you, and you spiral back into this web of complications. For cancers that are in affairs, this could be a time where that can end up being found out, especially if you engage in intimacy around work environments or spaces that other people also, can catch. It's like something about you being caught in an environment, you and another person being caught in an environment, or you catching as well someone in an environment and being upset by seeing them together, or seeing two people together. And another thing is that for cancers in relationships, there can be like an intensity around jealousy. So you can feel more jealous feelings than usual, or your partner could also be struggling with jealousy and control. And so there could be like a need to mend as well, as I said in the beginning, the trust issues that are contaminating the relationship, because it comes down to trust. There could just be like a relapsing, if this has been like an older issue, or relapsing into jealousy, or there's something triggering this very insecure feeling in you or in a potential partner. So Cancer, I hope you have a great loving month. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.